I did a video about 2 years ago called Breaking the Spell of Dr./Malachi Z.YORK. And in that video, I broke down my experiences and what I've been through as an ex-Nubian. You know, at one point in time, I truly believed in Dr. York and every fucking thing this man said. So, fast forward in 2018, I get a DM from a young brother that looks at my videos, my YouTube videos, and he likes my videos. He's inspired by my videos. Now, this young brother is, trying to find himself. And I get it. I was young once. That's how the Nubians pull me in. I was trying to find myself. So I knew that I had to be very delicate with them. I never brung up anything negative or derogatory towards Dr. York. I only spoke the truth. Now, taking heed, this young brother decided that his path was going to be a Nubian in the Nubian nation. And I respected that. I respect people's way of life, religion, or whatever the fuck they're into. My only point is, don't bring that shit to me. Now, throughout the times we've talked, chatted back and forth, DM shit, and he would bring up Dr. York here and there, and I would shut him the fuck down. To the point where it was like, you know what? This nigga got one more thing to goddamn say about Dr. York and how he see him in his dreams and all the rest of this shit, and I'm gonna come at him. So, guess what he did? This nigga DM me. It's no disrespect towards you, young brother, but I gotta put it out there. I didn't say your name, but I gotta put it out there. This nigga DM me and said, what are you gonna do in the year 2030? Now, taking heed, I know Nubian doctrine, so I knew exactly what the fuck he was talking about when he said that. You see, Dr. York taught that there will be ships, or what he called, when I was Nubian, shams, that will come down to pick up the 144,000. And on those shams, there will be angelic beings called the Anunnakis. And they're going to take those 144,000 up. While in the process of taking the 144,000 up, they will drop great balls of fire down onto the earth. And the balls of fire will hit the planet Earth like an atomic bomb, destroying the majority of the population that exists on the planet Earth. So the 144,000 will be taken up to this planet-sized ship called Nibiru. They will be taught, and then they will descend and come back on the planet and educate the ones that survive the apocalypse. So when he asked about the year 2030 and what I had planned to do, I told him, I'm going to be on an island in the West Indies called Nevis, getting my dick sucked. That plain and simple. Now, of course, he didn't like that answer. My thing is this. You didn't like that answer, but at the same time, listen to what you're saying. This is crazy to me. And this goes out to all Nubians. Didn't your mother teach you about stranger danger? Straight up. Like, you were told to never get in a car with somebody that you didn't know. Because you never know what that person is capable of doing to you. He or she could cause you bodily harm. So why is it that you don't take that knowledge and apply it to the doctrine when Dr. York says a group of people that you never met is going to come down and get you in a ship that you never seen and take you somewhere that you've never been? That sounds like stranger danger to me. That's logics 101. And it's crazy because in the year 2000, I think between 2000 and 2003, he changed his doctrine. So the Anunnakis that he said that was coming to get him, coming to get us, that we prayed to, the Anunnakis such as Mother Ninti, Anu the Most High, Enki, and Enlil, he said in 2000, I think it was 2001 and 2003, that those same beings are not the supreme beings, that they are actually reptilians, and that they're coming down to eat us, and that the Holy Bible is a cookbook. So let me get this right. What if I listened to you and I got on a motherfucking ship with the Anunnakis, and they took me as well as my family and other families up to this Nibiru ship, and I'm sitting chilling, you know, and we having conversations and shit. I'm chilling with the Anunnakis, we laughing. I'm like, yo, y'all listen to hip hop? I got DMX, I got motherfucking 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? I got it all. Yeah, I got Black Moon, I got motherfucking Das Effects. You want the 90s rap or you want the motherfucking 80s rap? What you want? These niggas sitting there laughing like, motherfuckers looking at me like, licking their lips and shit. And I'm like, damn, you know. So I'm looking around, I see big ass pots. I'm like, what the fuck y'all cooking? What's on the menu? These niggas looking at me like, you. Listen. This is right knowledge. This is right wisdom. And this is right understanding. This is true Nuwapu. The shit that you getting is bullshit. I've been through that cult. I've been through it. The same cult where you had to fill out a fucking application. This nigga asking you, what's your blood type? How much money you got in the bank? Do you have a house? Do you have a car? All types of personal information that don't have shit to do with saving your fucking soul. And this is the reason why I can sit here and talk about that fucking cult as well as Nature Boy, because they're one and the same. You see, Dr.York used to call himself Chief Maku, just like Nature Boy calls himself Chief. Dr.MALACHI Z.YORK used to call himself the Master Teacher, just like Nature Boy calls himself the Master Teacher. Dr.MALACHI Z.YORK said, I am not the Messiah, but yet and still, everything he did, all of the pictures and the portraits that were drawn showed him to be the Messiah type. Nature Boy says he is the Christ. Dr.MALACHI Z.YORK says that in order for you to get salvation, you got to go through him. This is what he said. He said in one of those fucking CDs or DVDs, he said that if y'all don't get me out of jail, I can't summon the crafts to get you all out of here. Nature Boy said that if you don't listen to me and go through me, I am the Christ, the Savior, you won't be able to go to heaven. All cults are the same. You have that narcissistic leader. I try to tell that young boy in the DM, yo, listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to save your fucking life. Dr. York had us believing in some of the most craziest shit. He had us believing that there was an inner city within the earth called Agatar, Shambhala and Agatar. And that there were beings called the Terrors that had cone-shaped heads, and the Derois that were fat, and the Duanis that looked like Ewoks. This motherfucker had us believing that at one point in time, human people had wings and we could fly. that the angelic beings, oh man, transported us in a dolphin to the planet Earth. And I'm trying to get this young brother out of this fucking cult, because I see it slowly but surely taking him and taking him and taking him, because that's what they do. I can promise you 3 things after you Nuwabian. If you continue to be a Nuwabian, 1 is you will always be broke, because they always gonna come up with some fucking type of goddamn scheme to take your fucking money. 2, Dr. York ain't never getting out of fucking jail. Ever. Ever. Excuse me. And 3, ain't nobody coming to save your motherfucking ass. No ships, nigga. None. I can guarantee you, if you continue to fuck with that man called Nature Boy, you ain't gonna have shit. And sooner than later, he gonna be locked up just like Dr. York. Period. And everything that he says that he has in Mexico, you can get that shit anywhere. Anywhere in the Caribbean, anywhere where there's tropical weather, anywhere along the fucking equator. This motherfucker said, we got mangoes dropping out of trees, and we got papaya and soursop, etc. You can get that shit in Nevis, St. Kitts, the Bahamas, the list goes on. Haiti, Dominican Republic. And you can save yourself some time. Your higher self and lower self is not outside. It's when you look in the mirror. Your reflection is when you look in the mirror. I love myself, but I sure as hell don't love Nature Boy. That is not my higher self. My higher self exists within me. The journey that you all are looking for, searching for, is within you. And you will continue to be lost if you're looking for you in someone else. Period. It's just that plain and simple. I am so goddamn tired in this cult shit. I'm tired of it, man. I thought that I was the last Mohican, meaning that I was the last one that was going to be tricked, fooled, bamboozled, and run amongst. But I see it's the same shit. They using the same tactics. These Nuwabians are using the same fucking tactics over and over and over and over and over and over again. Don't you all know that it's the same fucking doctrine throughout the fucking years? They just putting new motherfucking covers to the same old fucking doctrine. They creating new names. I don't even know what are y'all into now. Who's the Most High now? Because it was Anu with us. We was dealing with the ancient Sumerian texts in the 90s with us. So what are y'all dealing with now? I know at one point it was actual facts, and the fucking angelic beings were the Netheru. And now his name is, I don't even know, it's I don't even remember the shit. I know the names that we had. His name was Afrete Atumre, Amanubi Rakbata. When he was with, because he jumps from doctrine to doctrine to doctrine. When we were the United Nuwabian Nation of Moors, he was Chief Maku, Naya Malachi Dr.York and What's his name now? When are y'all gonna wake up? I don't have to be part of the Carbon Nation. I don't have to look at one fucking single video of theirs, even though I have, just to see the similarities in the Carbon Nation and the Nuwabian Nation. But I didn't have to, to know that that shit is a cult. Period. Because the thing of it is once you're in a cult, you're able to identify who is a cult and who isn't. It's just like when gay people say, I know if your man is gay or not. Them niggas are gay and they experience gayness and shit like that. So they're able to smell it. Just like I'm able to smell cults because I once was in one. Period. This shit was crazy, my nigga. It's crazy. Fucking Savior's Day, you know, was Savior's Week down there in Edenton, Georgia, the land called Tamaray. Dr.York would come out with his Egyptian attire and shit. Shit look hot as a motherfucker. Robe thick and cheap looking and shit. He going around doing this. Before I do this, y'all Nubians, y'all know that I'm fucking telling the truth. He walking around doing this. And when he was doing this, he said he was pointing out the 144,000 amongst the crowd. This is what he taught. That we were going to be saved by a group of motherfuckers coming from Planet Risk in a planet-sized ship called Nibiru. While at the same time, he will call motherfucking space cadets that believed in that type of shit. Ain't that some shit? You taught that type of shit. You came out with the book called Man from Planet Risk, and you talked about the, man, I can't even remember the Anunnakis, the Riskians, the Elohim, the reptilians, the Shaggies, and what type of, where they're from, certain star constellations and shit. And you would give the height, the weight, how much fur they had on their body, how wide their noses are. And it's like, yo, if you ever get that book, it's called A Man from the Planet Risk. You're going to open that shit and you're going to think that you're reading Marvel comic books. But he called those type of people that believed in that type of shit space cadets. It's crazy. I'm glad I'm no longer Nubian. I am so fucking happy till it's ridiculous. I have finally found the fucking truth. And God is not up, down, left, or right. He is within me. Period. And it's just that plain and simple. I live a very simple fucking life. It's not complicated. It's not. I don't have to worry about at the end of the week, I got to make sure I have my turn in. You Nubians know what I'm talking about. You got to have that turn in every fucking week. You got to turn in money for no apparent reason. They make up excuses like, oh, we're gonna motherfucking we got to turn in books so we can get more product. Ain't nobody buying the motherfucking books. I've been in 2 different bookstores. Nobody bought them fucking books like that. But the headquarters, which was in Edenton, Georgia, gladly accept your turn in every motherfucking week. Period. They could care less whether you was homeless. They could care less whether you weren't taking care of your child or not. They wanted their turn in. That point blank simple. I've been to the Nubian balls. Pause. I mean Nubian ball, meaning, an event. I've been on the land. I've sat and heard Dr. York teach a couple of times. I know what I'm talking about. Period. So when I see a nature boy come out of nowhere, I'm like, wow, this guy's interesting. I mean, he's coming at a new approach. The package is different. It's packaged different, but it's just like a Big Mac. They could put it in a different fucking cardboard box, but it's gonna taste the goddamn same. Period. When are y'all niggas gonna wake up? I sat there and listened to Elena, EJ. I sat there and listened to her, and she sounded like a female version of me, regurgitating the same shit that Nature Boy comes out of his mouth. The same way I regurgitated the same shit that came out of Dr. York's mouth. The same shit. And it's crazy. It never dawned on me until later. Two things dawned on me. One is, God damn, this nigga ain't never had barcodes on any of his books. Any of them. Like, when you open a page, I write books. When you open a page, the first page is supposed to be like the ISBN number. It's supposed to say like, this is copyrighted, da-da-da-da-da. It's supposed to give all of this information. I never seen that shit in any of his books. That's the first thing. The second thing, this bugs me out, man. He always said, don't believe me, check it out. And we never checked shit out. Never. Ever. It was like he was calling our bluff. He knew we weren't going to check that shit out. You want to know why? Because he preyed upon us. He never went to these white Ivy League colleges. He never tried to put his books in Barnes and Nobles, in libraries and shit. In other words, he never took his doctrine anywhere where it could be dissected and questioned to the T. He always took his doctrine, presented his doctrine, whether it was through me or as well as others, in black colleges and in the hood. He preyed on the weak and the meek of the fucking planet Earth. He knew that by taking his doctrine into the fucking hood, people would look at him and say he is our leader. He is the next Malcolm X. He is the next Dr. Martin Luther King, and we need to follow him. Same thing with the colleges, the black colleges, the HBCUs. That's how I was introduced to his doctrine. And it's crazy because what I'm trying to do is save you all some trouble. You see, I dropped out of school. I walked away from my family, all for this fucking organization. Now ask me, throughout the years, what did I gain from being a Nuwaubian? And I'll tell you, nothing. Period. I'm here to tell you, if you've never been out of the country, take a trip to Miami. Take a trip, basically Miami. I don't know about Los Angeles, but I do know Miami, South Florida. Take a trip down there, and you will see that there's no difference where Nature Boy is staying in Miami. Like, you can grow mangoes, you could grow all of that shit. They got palm trees, it's beautiful down there. They got beaches, all of that. They got areas that's secluded where it's just nothing but fucking jungle and shit. The point that I'm trying to make to you is you are your higher self and lower self. Take your punk ass and look in that mirror, and you are your own reflection. And you tell yourself, when you look in that mirror, that I love myself. MYSELF. I'm done. I could have said a lot more. I could have talked. I could have badmouthed Dr. York and talked about his 135-year prison sentence and all of the fuckery that went on. I'm done, man. I hope that this helped. I could have went on about Nature Boy. I'm done. My name is Langston 2092. Like, comment, subscribe.